This is it. The moment From has been building toward all season. And after watching this episode 10 trailer over and over again, I'm convinced of one thing. This finale is not about escape anymore. It's about survival. Pure survival. Because everything in this trailer feels wrong. The sky turning black. Red lightning splitting across the town. Monsters walking like they've already won. And right in the middle of it all, Fatima. Looking like she's about to become the center of everything. And I'm calling it right now, this might be the massacre we've been warning about since the start of Season 4. Not just one death. Not two. I'm talking multiple major characters gone before this finale ends. And the scariest part? I think Boyd caused all of it. The trailer wastes no time. Right away we see chaos. People running. Screaming. Panic everywhere. But what stands out immediately is that giant shift in the sky. Dark clouds rolling in, red cracks of lightning, almost like the town itself is reacting to something. And if you've been following the clues all season, you already know what this means. The tree. That tree has always been more important than anyone realized. And now Jade and Tabitha are finally going after it. The episode title, If a Tree Falls in the Forest, is not subtle. It's practically telling us that pulling that tree is the trigger. That's the point where everything changes. Because remember what the boy in white kept doing? Warning them. Over and over. Stay away. Don't touch it. Don't go near it. And in From, whenever the boy in white warns someone, ignoring him always ends badly. Always. That's why this trailer feels so terrifying. Because I think Jade and Tabitha actually do it. We see them together in the woods. Jade carrying what looks like those children's bones they dug up. Tabitha looking completely terrified. Both of them standing near that covered entrance like they know there's no turning back. That's the energy of this scene. Final. Heavy. Like they know once they start, the town will never be the same. And then we get the biggest line in the trailer. Jade looks at Tabitha and tells her she has to break the cycle. That line changes everything. Because now it confirms this whole ritual isn't just about escape. It's about ending something ancient. Something that's been repeating for who knows how long. Maybe every generation. Maybe every version of this town. And if Jade is saying break the cycle, that means he knows this has happened before. That means all those visions, all those symbols, all those voices, they weren't random. They were memories. Or warnings. And here's where it gets darker. What if breaking the cycle requires sacrifice? Think about it. Every major ritual in From has always demanded pain. Blood. Loss. Death. So, why would this one be different? That's why Jade's scene with Tabitha feels almost like goodbye. He's kneeling. Looking serious. Focused. Calm in a way Jade usually never is. And that tells me something huge. He knows somebody might not make it out. Maybe him. Maybe Tabitha. Or maybe both. And if they're trapped in those caves after pulling the tree, that explains everything else we see in the trailer. The panic in town. Boyd, looking broken. Christy screaming. Ellis, looking terrified. Because their plan failed. That's what this whole trailer feels like. Not victory. Not escape. Failure. A complete disaster. And the craziest part is what happens outside. Fatima, Boyd, Randall, and Ellis all come out of the clinic together and look up at the sky. That moment is massive. Because they all look stunned. Like they're seeing something impossible. And I think they are. An eclipse. Not a normal eclipse. A supernatural one. The kind that blocks enough light for the creatures to move during the day. And if that happens, game over. Because the only rule the town had, the one thing keeping everyone alive, was daylight. Take that away, and nowhere is safe. Not the houses. Not Colony House. Not the clinic. Nowhere. And suddenly that trailer shot of Smiley walking into the clinic makes perfect sense. That scene bothered me instantly. Because Smiley is calm. He's not hunting. He's walking like he belongs there. Like he knows the rules have changed. And if Smiley can walk in daylight now, then every single talisman in this town might be useless. Read that again. Useless. That would be the biggest twist in the entire show. Because what if the talismans never protected them? What if the monsters allowed it? What if this entire time they were letting the humans feel safe, just so taking that safety away would hurt more? That feels exactly like From. And honestly, it would be evil. The kind of evil this show loves. And if that's true, then episode 10 isn't an escape story. It's the start of the massacre. Now this is where things get brutal. Because if the massacre really starts the second that tree comes down, then the person standing right at the center of it all is Fatima. And I don't think that's an accident. Go back and look at her entire arc this season. Every single strange moment, every vision, every connection to Smiley, every time she said she could feel something inside her, it was all leading here. This trailer confirms it. There's a shot of Fatima standing still while everyone around her looks terrified. Boyd, Ellis, Randall all staring, waiting like they know something is about to happen. And Fatima looks different. Not scared, not confused, focused. That's what scares me, because it feels like she's finally accepting whatever this transformation is. And if that's true, then Boyd has a choice to make. Use Fatima or lose everyone. That sounds horrible, but think about Boyd's position right now. His plan to get people home is collapsing. Jade and Tabitha are trapped. Monsters are moving in daylight. The town is falling apart. And for the first time since season 1, Boyd looks completely lost. That shot where Christy screams at him and asks what they do now. That's important. Because Boyd doesn't answer like a leader. He says there is no plan B. That line tells you everything. He gambled everything on this. And he lost. But Boyd never sits still when his people are in danger. He always goes back. Always. That's why I think the rescue mission happens next. Boyd, Ellis, Randall, and Fatima. That group in the trailer? That's not random. That's the rescue team. And they're going into the caves. But here's where it gets ugly. What if Boyd brings Fatima, because she's the only weapon left? Because if Fatima is connected to Smiley, then maybe she can control the monsters. Maybe she can distract them. Maybe she can hold them back long enough to save Jade and Tabitha. But that kind of power always comes with a price. And I think the price is her life. Look at the way this season has treated Fatima. The sickness, the blood, the visions, the growing darkness inside her. This doesn't feel like a story about recovery. It feels like a countdown, a slow march towards sacrifice. And then there's that terrifying detail from last episode. She drank the blood. That was not random. From never does random. That blood changed something. Maybe it completed the transformation. Maybe it woke up whatever was sleeping inside her. And now in episode 10, it activates. Imagine this. Boyd and the others enter the caves. Monsters everywhere. Jade and Tabitha cornered. No way out. And then Fatima steps forward. The creatures stop. They recognize her. Not as prey. As one of them. That would be one of the most insane moments in the show's history. And honestly, it fits. Because all season, Fatima has been drifting further away from everyone else. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, like the town was claiming her. But here's the tragedy. What if she's still herself? What if she knows exactly what's happening? That makes it worse. Because then her sacrifice becomes a choice. She gives herself over fully just to save Ellis. Just to save Boyd. Just to save the people she loves. And if that happens, Ellis is destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. We've already seen how much he's been holding on to hope this season. Hope that Fatima can survive. Hope that they can beat this. Hope that there's still something left to save. Take Fatima away? That breaks him. And Boyd too. Because Boyd would carry that guilt forever. He brought her there. He used her. And she died because of it. That's the kind of thing Boyd never recovers from. And while all of that is happening underground, the town above is falling apart. The trailer gives us these rapid flashes. Kenny shouting. Donna running. Julie crying. Ethan screaming that they're not getting out alive. That line from Ethan. I can't stop thinking about it. Because Ethan has always been tied to the deeper truth of this place. He understands things before everyone else. So, if he's saying they're not getting out alive, maybe he knows. Maybe he's seen this before somehow. Or worse, maybe the town told him. And if Ethan knows this is the massacre, that changes everything. Because now the question isn't who dies, it's who survives. And this is where I think the finale goes from terrifying to unforgettable. Because the last part of this trailer feels like the complete collapse of everything the town believed in. There's one shot that keeps replaying in my head. Victor, locked in that police station cell. The walls shaking. The ground moving. An earthquake ripping through the building. That is not normal. That tells me the second Jade and Tabitha pull that tree, the entire foundation of this place starts breaking apart. And that changes my biggest theory. At first, I thought the tree was the source of the curse, the thing feeding it. But now, I think it might have been the lock, the seal, the thing holding something far worse back. And if that's true, then Boyd didn't just fail. He opened the door. Think about everything happening at once. The sky darkens. Red lightning. The earth shakes. Monsters moving freely. People screaming. That's not random chaos. That's a release. Like something ancient just woke up. And I don't think it's the man in yellow. No. I think he works for it. The real entity. The thing behind the voices, the symbols, the loops, the children, everything. The thing that's been controlling this town from the very beginning. And now it's awake. That would explain why the boy in white kept warning them. Not because he wanted to stop them from escaping, but because he knew what would happen if they broke the seal. And if that's true, the boy in white has been trying to save them this entire time. That flips everything. And then we get Sophia. That final line. She says she's going to light the matches and watch him burn. That line is cold. Completely cold. And we still don't know who she's talking about. Could it be Elgin? Maybe. That would make sense after everything that happened. But what if it's bigger than that? What if she's talking about the man in yellow? What if the finale ends with someone trying to burn the source of all this evil? Because fire has always mattered in From. Torches. Candles. Matches. Light against darkness. That symbolism keeps showing up. And this could be the final payoff. But here's the problem. What if burning him doesn't stop anything? What if killing the man in yellow only proves he was never the real enemy? That would be the ultimate horror. Winning the battle and realizing the war hasn't even started. And then there's Julie and Ethan. Their scenes feel small in the trailer, but I think they matter more than we realize. Julie looks terrified. Ethan looks angry, desperate. And Donna standing behind them makes me nervous. Because Donna has been the backbone of this town since day one. If this really is the massacre, she's in danger. Big danger. And if Donna dies protecting Ethan and Julie, that changes the entire future of the show. No more structure. No more order. No more person holding everyone together. Season 5 would become pure chaos. No leaders. No rules. Just survivors. And that's where I think this finale leaves us. Fatima dead. The town exposed. Jade and Tabitha barely escaping. Boyd broken. Ellis shattered. Donna possibly gone. And the real entity finally free. That is not a season ending. That's the beginning of the true war. And the craziest part? I think only now are we finally going to understand what From really is. Not a prison. Not a trap. Not even a curse. A system. A machine built to repeat pain over and over until someone breaks it. And maybe Jade was right. Maybe this is the cycle. Maybe Tabitha is the key. Or maybe breaking the cycle was never about escaping. Maybe it was about surviving long enough to face what comes next. Because after this trailer, one thing feels certain. Episode 10 is going to hurt. A lot. People are dying. Secrets are breaking. And by the end of this finale, From is never going to look the same again. And honestly, I don't think we're ready for what's coming.